Hey YouTubers, Steven here. Great Friday night. Having a few drinks. Time to make another cooking video. So, what do wooden skewers, pancake mix, a deep fryer, hamburger, and spices all have in common? Well, I'll let you in. I know a lot of people love my Donair recipe. I'm going to show you another way to make Donairs. I thought about doing Donair egg rolls, but those little things in my big fingers, too hard to make. What I am going to make, I'm sure everyone's heard of Pogos. You know, it's the hot dog on a stick, and I think it's a cornbread dough. I'm going to show you how to make Donair Pogos. There's a company that make them here locally, and they're pretty popular. Fairly easy to make and really good. I mean, anything that's got Donair meat in it is great. So, let me move the camera here. Have another little drink. I'll move my. I'll show you exactly how to put it together. Okay, so I've got all the spices put in the bowl. And all the dry ingredients mix up really well. It'll make it easier when you're mixing the hamburger. Okay, and what I've got here is just over a kilogram or 2 pounds of medium ground beef. And we're just going to break this up a little bit. Put it down in our spices. We'll get the other one in here, break it up, and basically once we get it in, we'll do a twisting motion, and then you can always flip the meat over because you want to get the spices mixed as well as you can. One of the other things that you can do, we actually did this summer, is when you take the Donair meat, you can make hamburger patties out of it and have Donair burgers. Just the patty, and then you just add onions and tomato and the Donair sauce, or maybe even a little bit of cheese if you wish. Or you could roll take the meat, make it into little balls, then roll it into logs. And use a hoagie bun. You can just squash them out flat like I guess a rectangular hamburger. And just flatten them out, barbecue them, and then just put them on a hoagie bun, almost like a mini Donair sub. But I'm going to finish mixing up this meat, and then we'll come back to when I'm actually forming the meat up to put them on the skewers. Okay, so we got our meat all mixed up, and this fine beer I'm drinking tonight is from Jake and Dar. It's the Cooper's Real Ale. And I might say it's absolutely delicious. So what we're going to do, we're just going to take a small ball of meat and just going to kind of roll it in your hands, because you want to get all the air out of it. You don't want any air in it. When the air expands inside these things, you'll actually get a tear, and you don't want your meat to open up. And then once you get a nice round ball, you don't have to press hard, but fairly gently. I'll try and turn my hands here, just a rolling motion. Now, we're just going to roll it in a log shape. And we're just going to kind of stretch it out, getting a little thinner. We want this to be a little thinner than a sausage, that you would throw on the barbecue in the summertime. And it's still a bit big. Alright, and then we're just going to take a wooden skewer. It's hard to do when your hands are greasy. And we're just going to try and put it right up through the center of the meat, just so that we have about 3 finger widths, or just about 3 inches, if you will. And we're just going to put that on the plate, and then we're just going to repeat the process until all of our meat's gone. Alright, we're back. I've refreshed my beer, another real ale from Jake and Dar. My God, this is so good, Jake. I've mixed up just 1 cup of the pancake mix. No sense telling you how I made it because every box is going to be different anyways. And then we have our Donair Pogos with our meat on them. So I'm just going to stick it in the batter here, and I'm just going to scoop some batter all over it. And with your deep fryer, just have it on the highest setting and make sure it's completely hot when you're ready to do this. We want to just let this drip a little bit. You can deep fry something in a pot. I don't recommend that. These home deep fryers nowadays are so inexpensive. I think they're like $100. Well, that's certainly worth not burning your house down, because if you do deep frying in a pot, don't ever leave the kitchen. You don't ever take your eyes off the pot, because that causes a lot of house fires, and that's just not cool. Alright, so we're going to get our next one in here. And just repeat the process till they're all done. Okay, we're almost done. One thing I found with this pancake mix, I actually had to make it a little thicker. I had to add a little more to it, so I don't know how well that shows up, but you don't want it too runny, or what'll end up happening with my first 2 that I had, the batter didn't stick to the meat and it actually split right off. So I've been nibbling on the cooked meat while I'm cooking the rest of them, but we're down to our last couple, so I thought I would just show you. I'm just spooning the meat from the top and letting it drip down. Okay, so we want the batter to coat it, but we don't want it to, simply be too thick. We're not eating a loaf of bread here. And we're just going to hold it in our deep fryer a couple minutes, and then we'll flop it in. And you don't have to worry about cooking these too long. The first 2 I only had in for a couple minutes, and they were cooked right through. And the batter was a nice golden, but sometimes when you're battering and putting them in the deep fryer, some of them cook a little longer, and that's not a bad thing. Because it certainly doesn't affect the meat that much. And the next one in. Another one's ready to come out. And yeah, see folks, I'm a multitasker. And ambidextrous. I can use both my hands at the same time. Okay everybody, we're back. Here we go. Full stack of Pogos. I don't even know how many is here. I wasn't counting. But they're all cooked. They're looking great. Now all we need is some Donair sauce. Give me 1 second here. My pyramid is falling. I had to grab one from the bottom that was cooked first. So we'll just take a little bit of Donair sauce, dip it in, and just take a bite. Oh, you are so in for a treat. So, and don't forget there's a stick inside, so you don't want to bite all the way through. Give this a try. I guarantee you you'll like it. And tonight's episode was filmed in front of a studio audience. Cheers.